to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say. You might get the best of him, but sure, never for me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I say, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run.
Yeah, what is up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? It is 8:32 Eastern Standard Time on a Tuesday, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for the K Gun Report, brought to you by 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, the Buff fan base, and sponsored by 26 shirts right there. We'll talk all more about all that crazy goodness, but tonight is mock draft night 1.0. We're going to do a mock draft live with you guys. We want all of your input. It's going to be a great time. I got the Reed boys here with me. I got good times, good vibes. We're going to get a little serious for a little bit. And then, love you guys. Here we go. Here's an intro that Jerry made.
The Buffalo Bills select Josh Allen, Jermaine Edmonds, Ed Oliver, Gregory Rousseau, Khair Elam, Dalton Kincaid.
You are watching the K-Gun Report, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium's 2025 mock draft.
Well, yes, you are. Yes, you are indeed, listeners and viewers. 222 of you tuning in right now for Season 6, Episode 4. Boyos. I'm your host, Swank. With me, as always, is the gruesome twosome, the terrible twins, right down south. One of my favorite people in the whole world. That is Jared Reed. Jared Bear, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm glad everyone's here. I see everyone's already leaving comments. I love it. I love it. I love it. This mock draft thing. I'm the draft guru. Draft beer. I said it 15 times to Scott and Swank. And
you did. You practiced finally. It. I think you delivered it really well. There you go. I hope you guys are smiling and giggling.
So, yep, mock draft. This is, I know, by far Scott's favorite time of the year, and I've been dabbling a little bit here and there, so I might have something to say that might make sense this year. But I can't wait to talk football with you guys.
That would be first, and I can't wait to hear it. Right next to me over here, my brother from another mother, Mr. Scooter Magooter. Scoot, what do you go?
Hey, what's up, Bills fans? This is exciting. We're 2-3 weeks away from the draft, so this is a fan first perspective show. We might as well put in our input for this draft. It's all fun. Obviously, we're just a bunch of couch managers that love watching Bills football, talking Bills football, and picking these 10 choices that we think that would help out the Bills this year. Can't wait.
That's right. That's right. Personally, for me, man, I'd love to get more into college football. I did get into Penn State a little bit this year. It's my grandfather's alma mater. My dad's into it a little bit. But we've talked about it before, and especially Scooter, I don't know how you keep track of this stuff because, like, my schedule is busy, but your guys' schedule is, like, busy. And I don't think I could dedicate one more day to football. Like, like if I dedicated Saturday and Sunday, like, you guys would find out that I'm missing.
Yeah.
I love my wife. I'd want her to get away with it probably for a little while, but look her way, dude, because I don't think I could spend any more time doing it.
Well, it's all about using resources, Swank. Obviously, the Buff fan base has an excellent resource in Dean Kindig. He does the whole
nice plug.
Yeah, he does the whole scouting. He does the interview points. He gives people ranks based on how often the Bills went to their games and watched the teams and all that stuff. And he's got some great input. He will be on the show next week to do a mock draft 2.0 with his input. But yeah, it's all about resources. Obviously, the football networks that put in their 2 cents, and you watch that a little bit. And I watch a little bit of college football. Most of my work comes in after the season's over with, and it's just comparing highlights. Here's the trick, and I'm just going to put this out there real quick. For those people that don't watch a lot of college and you want to get into this stuff, I'm going to give you an example. Say there's a wide receiver out there, Marvin Harrison Jr. of last year, one of the best receivers in the rookie receivers last year. So you go and watch his highlights. If you want to see what his weaknesses are, you go find a game where his numbers weren't all that good, and then you find out who was covering him, and you do highlights on that particular guy. That way you can figure out what works for both, who's defended him well, and it also gives you a little input on that particular 2 guys. So you're studying 2 guys all while figuring out positives and negatives, and that's really one of the easiest ways to do it. It is time-consuming because you got to look up these games and stats, but it's all fun. And like you said, you got to have time.
So study 2 guys while you're eating 5 guys is what I basically got from Scooter Magooter right there.
A la carte.
Yeah, it's a fun time, man. It's really like the first big thing that happens, I guess league-wise. I know free agency's fun and all that stuff, and there's all that movement, but this is like a solid thing that you could watch for 3 days straight if you really wanted to, and it's all football. And to me, it's really like the kickoff of that new season. And an excuse to drink beer and eat wings and bullshit, really. And that's what we're here for, guys. That's what we're here. Speaking of bullshit, and let's see who's in the comments. I like this one. It came in at 1:53 p.m. today. DJ37 just found your live stream, and as a Mafia member of our Buffalo Bills, I'll try and hit you up tonight. Go Bills. DJ, I hope you make it, brother. Thank you for leaving a little comment. It's a great community here with a bunch of real fun folks. Speaking of fun folks, here's Curry Blaine. 8:30 on a Tuesday. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? That's right, Corey. What's up, brother? How are you? We got OG, Mr. Patrick Hughes. I have come here to chew bubblegum and watch the Kagan Report, and I'm all out of bubblegum. I love that. I love that, Pat. What's up, Patrick?
What's up, buddy?
Corey says he's got extra bubblegum. My guy, Uncle James. What's up, Mafia? Real quick, before we go too much further here, I'm going to post a link in the comments, and I'm just a little out of sorts. A coworker of mine, her daughter passed away this last Sunday in a car accident, and she left behind 4 kids at varying ages, from entering adulthood to a 6-year-old boy. I worked with her mother. Her mother was the sweetest person in the world to me when I broke my back, and just was a very nice, earnest, fun person. And that's devastating. There is a GoFundMe. Actually, Uncle James is the one that brought it all to my attention. Did a little research myself. Actually, piled on top of that today, I learned that a guy that I really liked, that was a good friend of mine while I was working at Flat Ground, Mr. Johnny Robinson, passed away as well on Sunday. 2 separate occasions, not linked, except for the fact that my good friend Jackie, that was her brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So in the same day, she lost her daughter and her brother-in-law, and they were all very tight family. So I'm putting this link in the comments. They're trying to raise money for her family. She was a very active part of the community. She was a nurse. Actually, Scott said that he has a coworker that knew her. Everything that I've seen, done, whatever, and I believe, because I know Jackie, that she's a beautiful soul that tried to do a lot for the community. So this GoFundMe is going nuts. They had an original goal of, I don't know, it was less than 10,000. I think it's up over 26,000 right now.
Nice.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So there it is in the comments. If you guys have any sort of will or want to do it, I'm by no means am I telling you to throw money at it. If you could share it around and do your thing with it, I'd appreciate it. It's good people. So
Good.
Not to bum everybody out on a Tuesday, but that's kind of been weighing heavy on me. Actually, Scooter called me right out on my shit as soon as the video popped on. So that's what good friends do, for sure. So anyway, yeah, there's that. Love you guys. Tell everybody that you love them. And hey, speaking of people we love, here's John Johns. Time for some armchair drafting. Hello and good Tuesday evening to everyone.
Love it.
Johns. How you doing, brother? Look at this guy.
This is Sparta.
Dude, you know what I love about our show? 6 years of doing this show. The timing, the cadence, the back and forth. It's getting there. It's there. I love it. Damn, hot water tank just blew an hour ago. But I'm still here on time. What up, boys? Mafia, mount up.
Some long hot showers, Spartan.
Yeah, man. You probably ought to just take a couple cold showers, Spartan, you know. Looking forward to seeing my brother Buffalo Spartan and Corey and RT. I don't know if he's in the comments. At my show tomorrow night in Buffalo. Opening up for Jackson Stokes at the amazing Ironworks, Buffalo Ironworks. We go on at 8, play an hour set, and then Jackson Stokes from St. Louis comes out and he does some modern bluesy, riffy, fun. They're so fun, dude. Such cool guys. They played a dispensary, pop-up show at a dispensary in Buffalo today. So
It's awesome.
That's definitely their scene. But yeah, tomorrow night it'll be a great time. If you're in the area, please come hang out, say hi. It's like $15, I think, before, $20 day of. We'll be up there hanging all night. So we got Lonnie Cook in the comments. Hi guys, what's up, Lonnie?
Hey, Lonnie.
We got Doug. Happy Tuesday. What's up, Doug? Oh man. So here we go. Yep, Spartan. Come to see EMD tomorrow. Love you, brother. We got Cookie. What's up, everybody? What's up, Cookie?
What's up, guys?
Let's see here. John Robert. Guess who in the first round? We're about to get there for sure. John, thanks for joining. Throwing a comment in. We're breaching 500 right now. We just hit it. I literally just did when I played it. Don't forget, we are part of the Buff Fan Base Network. Super proud to be, and sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. Give them all your money. Great threads, great causes, local families, Western New York. It's a win, 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 win. Ooh.
Scott and Smike, I have a question for you. The reason why I led with that intro today is because those were Brandon Beane's first round picks. You know, those are all the ones he's had. And it's a question out there that people are saying Brandon Beane's first round is a flop, blah, 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 blah. Looking at the players that are in there, Bills Mafia watching too. What grade do you give Brandon Beane's first round picks? Overall, not individually.
Combined.
Yep.
You want me to take it? I'll take it. I'll take it first, man. I think if we're just going solely first rounds, I think that you cannot give him anything lower than a B. Like not anything lower than a B. Absolutely not, because of Josh Allen. Absolutely. And there's a lot of great talent, if not average talent, that they've picked up, and there's a couple bombs. And I like this exercise because we're not talking about the absolute home runs that he's hit in 5th round and 3rd round and all that stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I think so. I think the lowest you could give him is a B. I think I'd give him an A minus. And I'd be pretty. I think I'd die on that hill for sure. What do you think, Scott?
I think I'm there. I think Kaiir Elam was a reach. We said that going into it with a man-to-man defender, trying to teach him the zone. He just didn't grasp it. and you could go as far as to say I think 32 other teams in the NFL also think Kaiir Elam was a first rounder. That's just the way it works. He didn't work out for us. I would say he would be our only bust. Kincaid is still up for that measurement. Obviously, he's still young. He's only in his 3rd year now. But yeah, Josh Allen's part of that group for sure. Keon Coleman we can't count because he's a 2nd rounder, but I do think it's an A minus, and definitely a solid A if you consider the rest of the draft.
Our boy Adam is back. What's up, Adam? I'm back, baby. Makes Tuesdays that much better. Let's go. Missed your beautiful faces. Missed you too, brother. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, man, I agree 100%. Jerry, what do you think, man? You posed the question. What do you got? And let us know in the comments what your grade is for the 1st round drafts, Mr. Big Baller Bean.
Swank, I'm glad you said at least a B. If you're looking at above 20, I think he's nailed it pretty much. Tremaine Edmonds, he played here for Buffalo. He lacked the contact that everybody wanted, but he was still at the ball. He over pursued a little bit, but he was still a great linebacker, and that's why he went to Chicago and got paid. The Bills weren't going to pay him because we had Bernard set up in the background. Josh Allen, obviously MVP, one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. And then Ed Oliver. Oliver shines mostly rather than dulls out, but he shines a lot, and he's coming back, signed another contract, so he's going to be here for a while. It's later rounds, and I bring up the later, not rounds, but the later picks. Scott, when you do your drafts, you often say, I have 22 or 23 first-round quality players. Mm-hmm. Well, we got 25, 24, and then Elam and Kincaid, right? They're mid-20s. So if you're looking at first-round busts, you're looking at all 32, or you're looking at who's qualified as could be in the 1st round. So that throws a wrench in it. So we've been picking later in the draft lately because we've been winning with people we've been getting. Mm-hmm. So it's harder to hit with Bean. Obviously he hits big time in the later rounds, but in that 1st round later on, usually it's when you can get the more bust rather than the mid to early. So yeah, I love that you said B. I'm more of an A minus, B plus guy. I think he's doing very well. And like Scott said, Keon Coleman wasn't even in the 1st round. He was 2nd round. So the last 1st round pick we had was Dalton Kincaid. He had 73 receptions that first season. So, fought injuries this past season and still was a threat. So definitely B plus, A minus.
Well, you got to throw in the trade out of the 1st round for Stephon Diggs, and I would say 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, and what he did for Josh would consider that an A trade as well.
Yeah. For sure. I guess you could say that's spending a pick. I mean, might be stretching it a little bit, but I think that falls in it, dude. It's what you do with the capital you got, right? And that's what he did, and it worked. Real quick, Lisa Johns is in there. Hey, Swank John, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, awesome.
Can't wait to see you guys. Come say hi. Come hang out. I'll be there all night. We got Adam in there active. Dude, missed you too. Absolutely. Yep. John Robert throwing out free agencies. Free agency was thin this year. We got Robbie saying, hey, Swank, Scott, and Jared.
What's up, Robbie?
Robbie.
Robert and Robbie. What's up, guys?
Robbie with the Sabres update. Sabres up 2-0.
They're kicking ass lately.
There's always next season, though.
Yep.
Let's see here. Oh, you guys are killing it, man. Climbing steady viewership. Love you guys. Beautiful Ellen Lartz. What's up, everyone? What is up, Ellen?
Hey, Ellen.
We got Berto. What's up, Berto?
What's up, Alberto?
What's up, OG?
I stand by my B minus. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. Spartan says B minus. We're getting some grades. I'm getting caught up here. Adam says C plus. Ooh, Adam, I'd love to hear why, man. Maybe you already wrote it. So
we'll get there. I think he has a problem with Edmonds.
Real quick, and I know we got to get to this mock and stuff. Hey, we're doing good, man. We're only 19 minutes in. I thought there was an interesting point that was brought up with Mark last week, right? Where we had a great show with Mark. If you didn't catch it, go back and catch it. It's awesome.
Mark is in the comments tonight.
Mark, Mr. Maddox in the comment. We didn't get around to it. I thought about it later. Mark was talking about how, his status with the team, right? That he wasn't a superstar, right? We didn't get to talk about it. I really think if you pluck Mark Maddox out of those Buffalo Bills, that year Buffalo Bills, and you put him in any other team in the league, he's a superstar, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is that fair to say? I'm not trying to be biased about it or anything. We love Mark to death. There's no secret about it. But when he was talking about that, I was like, that's like time and place, right? Like, to me, that's like you're blessed that you're on this team with all this talent and you're consistently going to Super Bowls. Also, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of, like, it just was hitting on all cylinders, and there's a lot. And a lot of those dudes had a lot big egos, and then demanded a lot of attention and that kind of thing. And I just thought it was funny. Like, we always talk about like all the good that comes from that, but that's like a situation where, like, Mark Maddox he's my superstar, man. Like, he is a superstar to me. And I really do think if you plucked him out, you put him in any other team, he would have been that shining star. Just kind of like, and I don't really want to compare Edmonds and that to this, but Mark, no, I'm not comparing you and Tremaine. But like him going to the Bears when the Bears suck, right? That's a big move for them. So he's a better fit, I guess, over there because they need more consistency, more average. We wanted less average. We wanted more greatness, right? So I don't know. I guess to me, a lot of that stuff is so relative to the situation you're in, the team you're on, what you're doing, and that's also why I want to do that first round draft, like, comparison, Scott. I really want to sit down with you sometime, and we'll just go back for like the last 10 years of like all the first round picks and see where they ended up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? How many of them ended up like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen? How many of them ended up like Josh Rosen?
Right.
Because I think
there's a lot more of that than you think.
Yeah. I really think so. So I don't know. That's all I wanted to sprinkle in there because it was on my mind last week, but we had such a great conversation.
Well, Swank, I want to jump in on that because you got to realize the Buffalo Bills defense that made all those Super Bowls, they were part of those Super Bowls. They ran a 3-4 defense. So it was Leon Seals or Jeff Wright in the middle as a nose guard, Bruce Smith, Phil Hansen, whoever at the ends. And they had outside linebackers and Darryl Talley and Cornelius Bennett. All 5 of those guys were ripping around the edge trying to get to the quarterback. Someone had to be in the middle to contain the run and those quick passes because the blitz was coming, and that was Mark Maddox. So to that responsibility, you have all those egos that want to get to the quarterback because they did. We all know they did. We saw it. You have to have someone that can humble the middle and make sure the middle is contained, and Mark did a great job at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that defense was full of talent, and they have Hall of Famers in there and Super Bowl champs in there, and usually the linebacker is the key guy that you're focusing on. But Bruce Smith, 200 sacks, leads the NFL. Phil Hansen was a counterpart over there, and like you said, Scott, and then you have Nate Odoms and Clifford Hicks and Mark Kelso in the back that are Bills. As Bills players or Bills fans, we recognize those guys, and we recognize the middle two with Carlton Bailey and Mark Maddox, and we had Bryce Paulp and Chris Spielman, but there's a lot of superstars that went there. And absolutely, Swank, I think he'd play on 2025. He'd start and be superstar on 2025 teams back in that day because he was a thumper. He could get around the edge when he needed to. He told us against not Lance Armstrong, but
Bruce Armstrong.
Bruce Armstrong from the New England Patriots, number 78 that Bruce used to go against.
Strong, bro.
Yeah, in pass coverage, he was able to coverage Ben Coates down the field, right on his hip pocket. So absolutely, Mark Maddox is surrounded by all-stars, but he's a legit linebacker in this league.
And there are 28 teams during that time.
That was, yep, you're right.
Oh, let's see here. I love it. MDX Pro says it's those sleeper picks that help build a team. Absolutely, man.
That's Mars Chaos.
That's who this is. Okay, now
Maddox Pro Chaos.
Yeah, okay. I'm catching on, Mark. It's your burner account. I like it.
Don't tell anybody.
Adam said they also moved up to get some of these guys should they have moved up. I think they got more of a history of trading out at this point than moving up. What do you think? The first round?
Yeah, lately. But I think he's referring to Edmonds, and both Allen and Edmonds. They did move up both times to get those guys.
Yep. Solid B. Let's see. Jamie Norson, 10 picks, great position to trade up. Who we want? Let's go shopping. It's pretty much wide open, dude. Yeah, I mean, I think if there's somebody there, this is like the draft that Bean has been licking his chops waiting for, where he's got all the picks. And I'll say it. I know that we don't necessarily like to draw comparisons to the emotion that's connected to the team, but the football IQ of a GM or a team organization that was the Patriots back in their heyday with Tom Brady at his peak, they stockpiled picks. They did this kind of stuff. The organization was very well managed back in that day, and just knew how to make the right little moves. And those comparisons for me make me so excited, because this is a solid, consistent team with a great front office, a great coaching staff, and great players on the field. So I don't know. It gets me all going. You know what I mean? Harold Fuller, did the Bills lock themselves into having to draft a corner really early again? What do you think, Scott?
A little insider information. The Bills, actually, the information's out there. The Bills have drafted in the first round pretty high percentage of someone that has visited them to the 30 visit draft. And right now, 2 corners have visited by the name of, let's see here, Trey Amos and Siobhan Ravel. So there's only 2 positions. The cornerback is the only position where 2 people visited Buffalo during this draft time. And like I said, history proves that they signed someone in the first round that visited.
Sometimes twice.
Yep.
The same person?
They call him twice.
Yeah, right?
Blue light trying to kill me. Yeah, that's interesting, man. You sent us that list, and I don't know. I'd like to see how it works out tonight and on draft night. Don't forget, April 24th, our draft show live, 4 to 5 hours of me and Scott and Jerry. I'm trying to figure it out to get phone calls involved. We have a sponsor. We have 2 sponsors this year. Otis and Lisa's Pizza in Phelps, New York, as well as Dirty Jack's Bar in Phelps, New York. They'll be supplying the booze and the pizzas and the wings for us. Yeah, it's a great time.
Beautiful
time in, have some beers, hang out. We'll be there all the way till the end. Hopefully the Bills don't mess around like they did last year and trade out of the first round.
Bills fans might be surprised and happy. We have 2 nice second rounders that could get us a little bit into the first round for 2 picks.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be sick. But yeah, you guys are killing it, man. Daniel Green, Elam was a true bust for the Bills, but could have been great in the right program. He just couldn't get it. I agree. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. I think he had more than enough opportunity here.
He did.
I know people were crying the Elam Blues for a while there, man. But I don't know. After all that stuff came out when he was gone, he's traded. He had so many chances. He could have took it whenever he wanted. It just didn't work. And
that happens.
Yeah.
Well, it shows you that the McDermott defense isn't just a zone defense that is easy to recognize. I mean, they spend a lot of time trying to fit that scheme, and there's a lot of people that have trouble figuring it out, and he's a classic example. And he's a man-to-man guy, and unfortunately, we saw him get beat quite a bit man-to-man, so I don't know where he fits. I'm just glad we got a pick for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think getting anything for him at that point is fine. And the Cowboys are a dumpster fire, so that'll be great. Yeah, here we go. I'm all caught up, man. 667 of y'all tuning in on a Tuesday in April. What do you think? You guys want to get going on this draft here?
Yeah, man. Just to see what these what picks become available. And I have a question for you guys at the end of the first round.
All right. There we go. The magic of television right there. All right. So we are on NFLDraftBuzz.com. This is a site that Scooter found. I like it. I like the graphics. I like whatever. Hope you guys can all see it. That was like kind of what we were trying to find, was something that everybody could see. Help us make picks along here. We're on warp speed. We're only picking the Bills. We're picking all 7 rounds, all 10 picks. No trades are on right now.
Not this time.
So
Not
we'll
this
see what
time.
happens. And
Jared wants to go overtime by a couple hours and do a couple mocks.
Jared wanted to do scenarios where we pick every single person that's ever declared for the draft in order through a full real-time draft. We'll see what happens, man. If we can get through this one, maybe we can do another one quick, or at least like the first couple rounds of another one. We will be doing another mock next week with Dean when he's on. So mock 2.0.
And guys, as always, for sure, jump in the comments if you see someone you like and give us an argument. Don't just say a name. State why you think we should get them. That makes it fun for us.
Hell yeah. We want to make it fun. Hell yeah. All right. So here we are, kiddies. I'm going to start this here draft. Cheers.
Cheers. Let's have fun with this. Can you imagine if the real draft? Can you imagine if the draft actually went this fast? Oh, Swank, it's going slow.
It's going slow, dude.
You can restart it.
Yeah, I think it might.
Yeah, that's slow. Trust me, I've done the slow draft. So that first round was a fail.
Oh, I see.
So warp. Yep, there you go.
See, it was all picked for me before. I don't know what happened here.
No, you had it right. I don't know why it jacked up like that.
I'm excited.
Freaking idiots. Okay, warp speed. Me. There you go.
Here we go.
Didn't even waste any time. Here we are. Pick 30, round 1. Buffalo Bills. According to Draft Buzz, our needs are a corner, a wide receiver, a defensive lineman, and a safety. I know my boy Scooter might not put that wide receiver need quite so high on that list. What do you think, Scoot?
I'll tell you what, you'd have a lot of Bills fans that are watching the draft, and if this is the way they play it out, they're screaming Matthew Golden's name like crazy. Get him, get him, get him. And here's my theory, guys. Can you go click on the defensive backs for us real quick? I have listed out the NFL draft this year is loaded with defensive linemen, interior linemen, and defensive ends. I think now in the first round is the time to get our cornerback. There's corners in the first and second round, but there's so much depth in that defensive line category that I think we can use one of our seconds as a defensive lineman. And there's 3 guys that I think the Bills should consider at corner. It's that Siobhan Reveille, 6'2", 198 pounds, good-sized body, long arms, coming off an ACL injury last year, but they say he's healed up. And the Bills like these long-armed, lengthy guys. You're not going to see them draft a corner that's 5'10", 5'11", or below. He specializes in zone. You see that right there. Outside zone cornerback, Swank. Runs a 4.4 40. Some people say it's a 4.39. I think that's the way to go. I think he's the steal. I think if he wasn't injured, he'd have gone mid-round. He's available. There's another guy, Trey Amos, that I think could be beneficial for Buffalo Bills. Same size kind of guy. Same style defense. He's also a zone defender. A 6'1", 195 pounds. There he is. Both those guys, I say, are available. We jump on one of those guys and we get our defensive tackle the next round. That's where I'm going.
So I'm assuming you go, let's see, MN Worry. Is that how you say his name?
MN Worry is a safety, and I'll give you an argument with safety, guys. The top safety last year, Cooper DeJean, there's a top safeties in the last couple of years haven't gone to at least pick 40.
Yeah,
so
it's 23.
Gotcha. All right, let's see what we got here. You got any? What do you got? What kind of take you got down there, Jerry? While I'm throwing up some of these here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the East Carolina University fella there, Revel Jr., I think he's probably going to be the guy you should go after. He fits the scheme well. He runs a good 40. And the only thing he has knocked on him a little bit might be his weight by 2 or 3 pounds, but the NFL will put that on for him. But he's a big-bodied guy, and I think that would be the individual, if you're going cornerback, you'd have to take.
All right. Well, I think the people have spoken, and here we go. Revel Jr. is your first-round pick, Buffalo Bills 2025 in the draft. You had a lot of agreements here in the comments, man. Adam was looking for a DT. I think that's probably where we're loading up for right now in round 2, pick 56. Let's see what we got for everybody.
So make it easy on the fellas there, Swank, and go. I had one question though before the second round started. And just a quick quick option, guys. They invite people to the draft every year. Right now, I just heard today that Jalen Milroe, a quarterback who was projected to go second, third round, has been asked to show up to the draft. So do you think the NFL has some sort of insight to say, hey, buddy, there's teams talking about you in the first round? I don't think they'd bring anybody in, honestly, to embarrass them, to have them sit there and watch day one go by. What's your guys' thoughts on that? You think if they invite someone that's expected to go later rounds to come in, there's already been talk and negotiating of someone coming into the first round and trading for a quarterback?
I mean, if there's whispers, but really anything that's solidified, I don't know, any GM that's worth their weight knows who like the first 3 or 5 is going to be coming off the board, right? I think Brandon Beane talked about that last year in one of those Bills specials that we watched. And there's always a surprise and there's always a twist and whatever, but like, you know, where other teams are, you do all this scouting, you do all this research, whatever. I kind of think that the NFL would do that to somebody. I think that that's been happening like for years and years and years, dude. Also, I can remember like Brady Quinn and how pissy Brady Quinn was getting, right? Like sitting there day after day and not getting drafted. And then he was going to show the world and then he didn't.
Yeah. Look how long Lamar had to wait, and even Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But at least they got picked in the first round. That's what I'm thinking. It's like, why would they do that to someone?
Now, do they invite these kids before the senior games and all that stuff?
A lot of them are, but this one just recently happened. A guy that's been compared to Richardson out of the Colts and Malik Willis from the Tennessee, 2 guys that have been in the league for a couple of years that haven't really made it. He's compared to them, and yet they're having him come to day one draft.
There'd be something to you know, how we all don't know what goes on behind the scenes of this whole NFL league, right? So are we sure this guy wasn't invited before? They were just waiting for him to confirm that he was coming. You know what I mean? So that's another thing, because a lot of people like to stay home. They don't want to be there. Right. So is this something that the NFL invited him, or is it something that he said, okay, yeah, is that all right if I still come?
Right. Makes sense.
I don't think that any of these players, unless you're like really, really sought after, can call and say like, I want to be there. You know what I mean?
Unless you're number one.
but I think if they were invited,
dude, Patrick's making a joke, but it's kind of true. Like they have to have someone there for night 2.
And right. He's got the hotel already.
Yeah, he could be like a mid-round pick in the second, right, or something like that.
There you go.
Adam said the Jets will pick him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, probably. We got Ryan here. He says, I want Kenneth Grant at 30, Maxwell Hairston at 56, and Landon Jackson at 62.
Okay. All right. Kenneth Grant's that big defensive tackle from Michigan. He's already been picked up, I saw. But I believe, honestly, that size of a defensive tackle, that tech one that we need opposite side of Daquan Jones, can be available here in round 2. And I don't think that the separation of talent is that big of a difference where I think we'll benefit from this pick here coming up.
Yeah, I remember Dwayne Carter's coming off of that injury too, so he's going to be a big guy filling up in there too. So I can't wait to see what he does. I don't think he got great chance, but I think he can be wreak havoc too on this line. So we might get what we need at defensive tackle throughout this draft and be all set just like that, which I hope happens.
So I'm on defensive line right now. Where are you thinking here? Is that where you're going, first of all?
Well, right now, you got defensive line. So we have a couple defensive ends and edges. Scroll down, Swank. Well, a guy that I'm looking for is actually Tyleik Williams is a guy from Ohio State that I knew would go in the first round. But there's a guy from Alfred Collins from Texas. Is he available? It doesn't look like it. Looks like. So there goes my whole round 2. Okay.
So that's what happens. That's what happens.
That's what happened in the draft.
Hey, this is real life, man. This is real life.
This is real life.
Well, oh, wait, we got Edge right here. I thought they had DL and Edge in the same here. Are you interested in the edge rusher?
Yeah, these are all edges. Why are they?
They're separate from DL.
Oh, okay. So they did combine them. Deion Walker's a big body. Go ahead and click on his profile. Wait till you see how big that Deion Walker guy is. He's a guy that takes on 1-to-1 blocks. It's 6'7", 331.
Little guy.
That's a beast right there.
He's got a one tech. He fits the scheme well. He's visited a couple times. He's got a lot of interviews. His weight's good. His height's good. The only thing he's got going against him, he's a little bit slow. But I think Cromer there can get the foot. Oh no, defense. I think he'll learn a little bit of the steps from the veterans there and get his ass going a little bit quicker. But it'd be interesting to see what his footwork can be on the football field. But he's a big guy. He's a lot of mass there to move. So sometimes that's all you need with that Tech ones.
He's got 85-inch arms, and the Tech ones. Let's remember, guys, they're rotational, so he doesn't have to be out there all the time.
That's true.
Yeah, he fits well.
But he goes. I have him going in the third. So he'd be a reach right now at second.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's go to all. See who's available all over. Let's see if there's any.
We got your safety. Starks is still available. Xavier Watts, which a lot of people have been calling for. We got a bunch of tackles. Running back, to me, I'll go ahead and say this. I am not interested in running back before like the fourth round. I think this draft class is very deep with the running backs. And I like Ray Davis. I like Ty Johnson. I think Jimbo is going to play for us this year regardless, whether he sits or he doesn't or whatever. And as much as I love James Cook, I don't think that the Bills season is made or broken on him playing. So
my question to you guys, are you guys comfortable with our safety position right now? Bishop, obviously a second-year guy, is going to come in, and we signed, obviously, some of our veterans back. There's a guy, Malarkey Starks from Georgia. He actually is projected in some lot of mocks to go in the first round. Good size guy. He's 6'1", 205 pounds. He runs at 4.5 like all of our other safeties have, and he specializes in zone defense. I think this would be a steal. I think go down to his projection. He may be late first, early second, Swank. First late. You just missed it.
Sorry,
go down.
I missed it.
Right there at the top. Right there at the top. You see
First
draft
late.
projection, first late.
First late,
But
right?
this would be considered a very solid pickup here. And like I said, safeties generally start going around 40. We'd be stealing them here at this pick. So as much as I love defensive line, there are some more later in this draft. Maybe that Deion Walker will be back in the fourth, still available. I would go Starks here.
Starks, I like it. Might as
Before
well.
you
Man.
pick Starks, Swank, what's the receiver room look like?
Oh, I knew you were going to go there. We got Jaden Higgins, Trey Harris, Jalen Noel, Jalen Royals, Jack Beck. Oh, man.
Ooh, there's the guy I want. There's two guys right there. Those two that you're pointing at.
Isaiah Bond, I know you were into, right?
Yep.
Look at Ayo Manor.
I like him on here.
You mumbled that last part.
That's what you do when you don't know how to say your last name.
I've been hearing a lot of great things about Isaiah Bond. I'm very interested in him. And I'm not – I'll tell you this. I'm not convinced that Jimbo doesn't get traded the night of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's teams that are desperate to try and get better, and I think that he flashed enough maybe for some dumb teams to like pick him up. Not to say that he's not a great player or whatever, but I think people are looking for a Saquon, and Jimbo plays, I'll be nice and say half the snaps that Saquon plays. So if you can get his bag, somebody wants him, and you can, that's a big producing running back, and you could get some big old capital or a nice player. Maybe you do that, man. What are we thinking here?
Yeah, I like Higgins. I think he fits the scheme well. Yeah, he's a big guy.
14, damn. An X.
But like Scott said, though, are we happy with the safeties, or do you want to bring a guy in that was projected to go late first round and he's still there for us?
Yeah.
Defenses, in our playoff losses, we've lost by multiple – well, not lost by, but the teams that we beat us have scored, I think, 30, 35, 40 points. So we have to do something on this defense. And I know DeMar Hamlin and Rapp and Bishop didn't get beat often down the middle this past year. That's just the way the defense is. But during the playoffs, they still let up all those points. I think we need to do something on our defense. So I would say, yeah, grab Watt. I just want to see who the receivers were up on the list.
Sure. Yeah. All right, you there? Starks? You say Starks, right? You meant Starks.
Yeah. Yep. You were
You
just
good
on
on it?
Watt's a good guy though too. So
Scooter? Can't hear you, buddy.
he's
What's that?
muted.
Can you hear me now? I'm good with Starks.
Yes.
I'm good with Starks. Jared, the two guys you mentioned have been injury prone, so I want someone that's not known to be injury prone to be opposite side of Bishop.
Hell yeah. Spartan
There you
says,
go.
what's your take on compensation for Cook if we do trade him? What do you guys think?
He's not a first, he's not a second. I think he's a good third round pick. So I think you can use him with the 30th pick, and this is something we could talk about later. But I've already comped him to switch with the Steelers. The Steelers need a running back and they need a quarterback. The quarterback they're going after will be available at 30 still. So I think the Steelers can hit two birds with one stone with the running back and quarterback trading Cook, and we'll get their 21st pick if you caught that all. But I think he's worth the third.
Interesting. That's where we drafted him, right? Second, third?
Second.
All right, here we go. Still in the second round. Pick number 62 needs wide receiver, defensive line, offensive tackle, and edge. Yeah. Where you want to go first here? D-line?
D-line would be nice. Let's see who we got.
D-line would be nice.
That Deion Walker still available.
Yeah.
Huge. I mean, he's just he takes up bodies.
Yeah.
And obviously right now Daquan Jones is the only guy we have there as far as any kind of experience, and he's projected to go third, so we'd be reaching for him, but I am not upset with this pick if he's there. It'd be nice if we had a third round pick. It would be nice if we had a third round pick to be able to grab him then, but I mean, you saw his wingspan, Swank. It's almost 85 inches long, man.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a reach.
Yeah, he a big boy with a big reach. Let's see what we got overall here.
I'm looking at my notes here.
Another safety available. I don't think we're going back-to-back safety. Sorry, guys. Got a couple offensive tackles, couple running backs. Corner, we got some wide receivers.
Is that man Bond still available?
Who's that?
Bond.
Isaiah
Bond.
Yep.
Okay. I want to pick him here because I want to be right. I mentioned earlier in the show that the Bills tend to have people visit that they draft. And not only did Bond visit, but they also had a private workout with him. He's the other Texas wide receiver. He's a 4.3 speed guy. I know we brought in Joshua Palmer. We have Keon Coleman and Shakir there. We have Curtis Samuel still. But who's that number 5 guy? Right now, that number 5 guy is Laviska Shenault. Good at special teams. Not quite the player I was hoping for when he came out of the draft. He was a guy that I was hoping the Bills would get, a big solid body that could block. I don't like that number 5 right now. And I think Isaiah Bond, being a guy you can lock in for 4 years, won't be a heavy contract, but someone that can stretch the field and become potentially a solid field stretcher for the Buffalo Bills. I like what he provides there. And like I said, the Bills have interviewed him. They watched him in the combine. They brought him in for a private workout, and they brought him in for a visit.
5'11", 180, so he is a smaller, taller guy, a thin, tall guy. But he also can do punt returns and kick returns as well, so he adds that. But he fits the Bills' offensive scheme very well.
There you go. We got John Robert saying Landon Jackson. Debbie said late, but here. What's up, Debbie? How you doing?
Hey, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
John Robert. Terrell Shavers.
Terrell Shavers, 6'4". He's the guy that broke that long touchdown last year, that one catch he had. He does have 4.3 speed, big guy, but he's been on a practice squad for a while. But I think Bond would be a better fit for a 4-year contract. He'd be locked into Bills for 4 years.
Yeah. Seems like you got a lot of support with you here. I'm good with it. Everybody good with it?
Shaboom.
Bang. You have Isaiah Bond as your second round pick of 2025. All right, we're on the clock again. It's all the way to round 4. Welcome to the future. I think we got to start really looking at some defensive line here, guys.
I agree.
Big Phil's here, dude. Jordan Phillips.
Jordan Phillips is there. He's a big boy, for real.
6'2", 312 out of Maryland. Nose tackle DT.
So one of the teams that the Buffalo Bills scouted a lot this year, they scouted Southern Cal, which is weird. I can't believe any player out of there they would have scouted. But one of the teams was Oregon. And I believe that the reason for that is because they have a great offensive tackle in Connolly, Josh Connolly. They have a great defensive tackle in Harmon, but they also have another Tech 1 defensive tackle. So like if you can go find the defensive lineman Jamari Caldwell, there he is. Go click on his profile. He's someone 6'2", not tall, but 332. And he is also someone that likes to take on those double blocks. He's not a stat guy, but we don't ask that out of our Tech 1 D1. So if he's there, I don't feel bad for grabbing him. If we want to address that defensive tackle position, there it is.
All right.
He's
In the
projected.
comments, we got Mark C asking CJ West still available.
He should be. CJ West I had mocked later.
Okay.
If you want to go find him for the fans here.
Sure.
Yep, there he is. CJ West, DT.
Where they have him,
He's a short, stocky guy. He's like 6 foot. He'd remind you of like a Puna Ford or someone like that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And he's someone, like I said, he's projected 6th round. We can get him with this pick or 5th round if we want to go ahead and draft someone else. I'm not Vernon Broughton is the same kind of story. He's from Texas. Again, he played opposite side of another good interior defensive lineman. So sometimes when those popular guys in the 1st and 2nd round, you see their name all the time, it takes away from the guys that were playing opposite of them that were creating that mess so they could get those stats. So you always got, I always say that about corners too. You get a corner that's really good on one side of the field, that means it's a pretty good chance that the other guy had a lot of targets. And if the team was successful, that means something else was going good on that other side. So I'm okay with a bunch, guys. Defensive lineman, we can go here.
How about is Derek Alexander still available? I thought I saw his name.
For Alexander. What are you saying?
Toledo.
Defensive tackle?
Yeah. I thought I saw him up there. Maybe not. Okay, never mind.
You got a guy in mind, huh, Jared?
I did. That's his name.
For me, I mean, we always look offensive line to back it up. We have a solid offensive line. I think that's going to be some later round picks. My damn self. There's some good options there too. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm good with Caldwell. Is that where we're going?
I'm good with Caldwell.
Yep. Yeah.
Who's all good? Y'all good with that? Give us a thumbs up.
There we go.
Patrick Hughes is asking where Leon Sandcastle is. That's
Adam said, how about corners and DB? I don't disagree with a D-line pick, but we need to lock the secondary down. So we think we want to check out that corner room again here and see what's going on, maybe?
Sure, why not?
For Shiz and Gigs. You got Mello Dotson. You got O'Donnell Fortune. Tommy Hill. Man, my screen sucks up here, man. Low red. Quincy Riley. Any of these blowing your skirt up over there, Scooter?
Nothing's getting me too excited right now. I do know we already drafted a safety in Malaki Starks, but we already have Bishop. So if we didn't get Starks, I would go with Alabama safety Malaki Moore. He's a guy that has played safety for many years. He's got the C on his chest. He does everything right. He's a bit on the smaller side, as you're seeing. But the guy is one of those he's a zone-free safety, which is what the Bills run.
As a 5'11" man myself, I would say he's on
he's average.
He's bigger, at least. At least bigger.
There you go. He's a guy that's of interest if the Bills don't draft a safety early on.
Okay. Where else you want to look here? The overall here, you got Jalen Lane, Emory Jones Jr., offensive tackle. Got a couple QBs, linebackers, which I mean, that's a position we don't really, right? I mean, they might get one later on.
Cody Simmons is a pretty attractive linebacker. He ranks high as far as visits go and interviews and all that stuff. Thumper, 6'2", 229, as you see right there. But he's a guy that blitzes too, 7 sacks. You see that. He's a guy that can come up the middle and cause quite a bit of disruption. He's a guy that I actually highlighted on our page as someone that potentially could land here. I know you're all not going to like it, but a running back is who I projected a bunch of times in this round, this second, fourth round pick.
Second, fourth. All right, maybe.
No, Cody Simmons fits the scheme well.
Yep.
6'1", about the average height of what the Bills like there. Little weight's good. A little slow, 4.74, but you'll have that sometimes with Thumper.
I
You
thought
call
you
him Thumper.
I went back to linebacker for you there, buddy. All right, running back room. Who you got? Who you like? Who's here? Sell me.
Scroll down. Khalil Mullins is a guy that I think grades well as far as interview, and I know Dean Kindig has him as a start as one of the players that fits the scheme well. He's a big boy. I'm telling you, 6'2", 226 pounds, played for Michigan.
Workhorse back. Ooh, I like that.
Which is, I know we tend not to go after that type of back here in Buffalo, but he's a guy that could be available here on Saturday for sure.
I would say like Ray Davis is supposed to be kind of like that change of pace back, right?
Yep.
Like Ty's like the more slippery, kind of more similar to Cook. But I don't think he's a guy like that. He's not a bruiser. He's not like a Derrick Henry type, right? And that's kind of where this guy's. They're trying to put him a little bit. Is that where we're going?
Mm-hmm.
It says a 4.62 40, but I think he's faster than that. It says a bruiser, but I have a 4.54 here written on him. So I wonder.
Still, I wonder. There's a guy I'm trying to find here. I highlighted him in on our page as one of the big board numbers. His name is Tyler Barron from Miami. Is he available for defensive edge? We got to address the edge. I know we're pretty solid with bringing in Bosa. He's getting old. I think that's something that we could address now. But Tyler Barron, 6'5", runs a 4.6 40. He's from Miami. I don't see him, Swank. What do I got him ranked as here? Let's see where he's ranked as far as position, so I know how far off you are. 156. So we're past that, aren't we?
Yeah, he gone.
Yeah, he fits well. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do we got now? We got a CB, a safety, defensive line, wide receiver. Best available maybe here.
Best available, Jalen Lane, wide receiver, Virginia Tech. Want to check him out?
Check him out. He's actually someone that's been talked about as of late the last couple of weeks I've seen for Buffalo. 4.3 speed. Is he? Yep, he's a speedster. The thing is with our slot though, we have Shakir, so like that guy would be someone like an Isaiah McKenzie or someone that just came in and could provide that stuff. His vertical, vertical and broad jump are pretty powerful. Look at that.
Wow. Yeah.
So not only is he fast, but he's powerful. Sure. I mean, this is a name that's been brought up. Hell yeah.
Smaller guy.
You guys okay with a wide receiver?
I mean, I'm always okay with more targets for Josh Allen.
Now, keep in mind, I mean, we do have Isaiah Bond that we just got. So now we got to figure out all of our other guys are on contract. So this would be wide receiver number 6. The Bills only carry 5.
All right, let's real quick. we got people that are clamoring for running back here.
Okay.
This would be the best available running back according to this ranking. Rashard Smith.
Okay. Right.
SMU dual roll back.
Look at that 40. Look at that 40.
Yeah. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, like that. How's he block?
Yeah, I know, right? That's James Cook's knock is that he couldn't block.
Mm-hmm.
James Cook's knocks that he couldn't block.
Yep. I don't know. Yeah. I'm okay with a speedster there. I think we do need to get a running back.
Okay. Well, there we are. Is Trevor Etienne? Is that it's got to be Etienne's?
Yeah, I think they're related.
Right? Brother or something.
Yep. I think they're related.
He's got the Thurman Thomas weight, height, and build.
5'9", 198.
You think he'll still wear the Thurman Thomas face mask?
Maybe. What do you guys? Let's see. Doug wants to know LaQuaint Allen if he's still available.
I think he was actually.
Yes, right there, right out of the Cuse.
There you go.
6 foot.
He's big.
204, dual roll back.
They'll put meat on him too. I like that one.
Not a super impressive 40.
No.
Good hands though. Looks like.
That's just hand
Oh, hand. Oh, see?
Hand size.
Hands measurable. Oh, okay.
But I don't know, that Brashard Smith pick is pretty attractive now that you're bringing it up.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the fans want a running back. Let's get a running back.
If you want a running back, we'll give you a running back. Patrick says ETN. Corey said, what about another OT? I think it's too early for OT. John Robert was talking about Dante Thornton.
Big dude.
Should we go check him out quick? And then we'll.
Yep. Go find him.
There he is right there. 6'5", 205.
Oh, is he the guy that runs a 4.340?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
he is.
Yes, sir. That's a big boy.
Again,
A big, fast boy.
Again, though, that we already got Isaiah Bond, so he'd be the sixth guy.
Does he have a shuttle? Does he have a shuttle time on there?
Well, Joe, are you going to explain the shuttle to everybody?
Well, no. If he's a 4.3 guy, but he
his own segues.
right. If he's 4.3 and he can only run straight down the field.
True.
We have Keon Coleman. He doesn't run a 4.3, but that's kind of what he's been knocked on. Is his route tree's been kind of sluggish.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Lots of choices. We've gone way over the clock. They just
Holy shit, 9:30 already. Boom! How time flies when you're having fun. Jared, are you sure you want to do
three more of these? I like that Syracuse running back. Let's do that for Doug.
There you go.
All right, you got it.
Homer.
Boom. RB. See you later, Cook.
All right, now we got three 5th round picks with all within 4. I think 169, 170, 173. I have edge a guy by the name of Oluwafemi Aladejo. Swank, I'll make it easy for you. It's Oladejo. I'm saying his name because he has been he visited. He's one of the players that had visited. I also have he's a Bills prototype, long arms, 82-inch arms, 4.7 40. Other
edge?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing him, brother.
He may be gone. That's what you were saying earlier. We wish we could find someone that an easier way to find out who's gone.
Yeah.
We could also go. I have this round, Fadil Diggs, an edge rusher, a tight end, a third tight end. Right now, we don't have that third guy. Oh, there's Fadil Diggs. He's a defensive edge. He's also marked pretty high in Dean Kindig's list in this round. Fast guy off the edge. He does have a good strength and broad jump. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go ahead and grab him. I'm okay with that.
All right, I like it. Drafted. Very next pick. Here we are.
All right, so there's a lot of 5th round picks. There are a few names that I'm going to throw out there. Oronde Gadsden. I don't know if you guys remember Miami Dolphins ex-wide receiver Oronde Gadsden. But he's got a son that played for Syracuse, transferred from wide receiver to a tight end. Right now we have Knox and Kincaid, obviously. That third guy would be nice, I believe, as a tight end. But he may be off the board.
What was his name?
Gadsden, Gadsen.
Pedigree.
Yeah, looks like he's on.
He gone.
He gone. A couple other names I have is did we get a running back? We got a running back, didn't we? Okay. Vernon Boughton is another defensive lineman. Let's go see what this defensive lineman look like. CJ West is still available.
Yep.
There he
I
is.
see that. Yep.
Grab him. 6'1", 316. He is a Puna 4 type guy, a guy that the Bills didn't work out for the Bills, but he's found a spot on a lot of other rosters, and he's played pretty well as that stocky rotational guy that can stop the run. CJ West is another guy that marks high on Dean Kindig's list. So I think that's a good pickup there.
Doug is saying that we had Zach, what's his name? Davidson is who you're talking
Zach Davidson. He's a 6'5", 6'6", tall, thin guy. It looks more like a tall wide receiver like a Davidson that the Bills used to have back in the day. But yes, he is there. He is there.
He showed some good film. Davidson did, and then I think he was plagued with injuries. So that's another tight end that if he can stay healthy, I think Zach Davidson would be perfect fit with Knox and Kincaid.
Okay. All right.
I'm kind of interested in
you want to get some depth now, huh, Swank?
Right here. Yeah, man. I don't know how much more as far as needs go. I know we do have another pick. This is our last pick of the 5th round. We have another one coming up real quick. First pick of the 6th round.
Yep.
But I'm interested if there's a guy here just to keep that rotation, keep that depth, keep that competition. I think it's important. You know, it's kind of like what Parcells used to say, right? always draft a corner. Like that's like one of those rules.
Always kill. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. Any of these guys trip your trigger?
Texas center Jake Majors, is he available?
Center?
Yeah, he'd be a center.
I don't see him.
No, I'm not seeing him either. Okay, well, if he was available, pass protection, he's good. He reads defenses quick, but he's not. Jonah Monheim is another guy I've seen in the past. It's not a bad size guy.
Yeah.
Multi-role offensive lineman.
Fat. Oh,
He's fast. Oh, yeah.
5-second 40.
There you go.
We're going to be pulling his butt.
I mean, he fits the mold, 5th round.
Yeah. You like it?
I like it.
All right. Making Swank happy. Safety.
And keep in mind, he's from USC. The Bills did visit USC. That's one of the top schools that they visited as far as scouts go. So that's a good pick. What do we got? 2 6-rounders now, right?
Yeah, we got the first pick in the 6th round. We're on right now. If we want to recap really quick, we have gotten Siobhan Revel Jr. He is the first pick of the Buffalo Bills in our mock draft. Then we got Starks, safety, in the 2nd round. Our second round was Isaiah Bond, wide receiver. Then we got Caldwell, defensive line, LaQuint Allen from Syracuse, running back in the 4th round. We got Diggs, edge rusher from Syracuse in the 5th round. CJ West, defensive tackle in the 5th round. And center Jonah Monheim.
It's funny, Swank, because I'm looking at my 6th round and I have Jonah Monheim there.
Oh, wow. Well, we're only a couple picks away from it. I mean, really.
Yeah, very good.
Cool,
Very good.
All right. Just real quick, best availables. You can see them on the board there. Where do you think needs are now? They got us at offensive tackle, edge, defensive end, and linebacker right now.
Let's go offensive line.
We just got center. You want to go another offensive tackle?
You can never have too many, right?
Hey, I'm with you. All right, this Chase Lunt guy, I was checking him out while we were talking earlier. I'm not super impressed by him. He's just tall. Looks like everything else is a little whatever. You got any feelings on him at all, Scooter?
I know the Bills like their tall tackles. Spencer Brown's one of those 6+ guys, 6'7", 6'8". So I'd like to see his RAS score before I made a decision, because they like that RAS score out of those guys, those athletic type of guys. But I agree. I think we should get a tackle here.
Okay.
I don't have any names on my active list to get as far as that tackle goes. So whatever you guys decide, I'm okay with.
That's pretty good height right there.
Like that, 6'5", 310.
Again, it's Oregon prospect. The Bills, one of the highest touted scouted teams that the Bills did in 2024.
He's a right tackle.
That sounds good.
Score. Yeah.
Good with this?
I'm good with that.
Good with that.
Looks like
Cornelius Morgan. Welcome to the Buffalo Bills.
The Bill.
You're a Bill now, boy.
There you go.
I didn't scout this deep into it. So guys, I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, jeez.
Now, this next guy I'm drafting 6th round, possibly 7th. He could go as an undrafted free agent. Linebacker from the University of Buffalo, Sean Dolak. The guy put up impressive numbers. He's a UB guy. I know Andreessen was a guy that the Buffalo Bills love to have.
Mm-hmm.
He's at 6'1", 220, but he's a thumper. And
got robbed this year, man.
I would love to see him on the Bills. I think they can get him undrafted, free, unsigned rookie free agent, but that would be a fun story for sure. He could find himself on the special teams.
Guess what? He's a Buffalo Bill.
There you go.
Our draft is complete.
There you go.
Close. Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
Times, man. There's your first mock right there. And we only did it 8 minutes past overtime.
There you go. That's a nice. I would be okay with that draft right there.
Yeah. Do they give you a grade on these ones here or no?
No,
that's all 10 too. So I imagine those last ones will probably, before the night's over on draft weekend, do you see us with 10 or do you see us with 7 or 8?
I see him moving up in the first. I don't think he's done it in a while, and I think he's chomping at the bit and he wants to get
Yeah.
somebody that'll really.
Yeah, I think we get 8 picks.
Yep, I agree. I don't think we're gonna have all 10.
No.
Good.
The Bills have loaded up their roster already as far as free agent. I mean, we're sitting pretty right now roster wise as far as filling up to that 90. So they don't need all those. And anytime you can get rid of picks, you're obviously going to take away from the cap because less money. But if you move up, you're paying more. So it's a balance. But 8, I see 8.
Let's do 2 more of these.
Yep, next week.
If this was next
Yeah,
week. It's a spring break next week, so I
Okay.
could stay up to 11. But
No,
they have
but
school.
next week, next week, as I mentioned, guys, I did mention Dean Kindig a bunch of times. I've recognized a bunch of the players that were still on the draft on the board as we're speaking, as we watched live. He does his work. He does a good job, and it'll be interesting to see his takes and see how things compare. Obviously, the layout will be different because players become available at different times. It's all speculation, but it's all fun. I can't wait for next week.
Hell yeah, man. It's the unknown. And it's the most exciting time of the off season right now. So let's get it. Guys, it's 9:39. I gotta tell you, ever since we've been looking at syndication here with this time move, and ESPN has been looking to knock on our door, we've really been really good about time. Super good about time. I did have a rattle the reads. It's gonna have to wait now until next week, but that's okay. Appreciate all you guys hanging out. We're gonna do some final thoughts, and we'll start right down south with our guy Jared Reed. What's up, Jared?
Yeah, the next couple of weeks, you're going to be hearing stories about draft guys moving up, moving down, stories coming out, what's going on and off the field. Just keep your eye out for all that stuff, and let's all sit back and relax and listen to other people's opinions, even though they might have somebody going that you don't like. Let's all be open-minded and just accept things as they go, because at the end of the day, we don't know what the hell's going to go on.
Yep.
I predict that the Bills will trade away their second pick and move up a little bit into that first round to get somebody else, but we'll talk about that later. Thanks for hanging out, Bills Mafia, Fandemonium. Love it. Swank, Scott, love talking to you every Tuesday. I can't wait to see you next Tuesday. Swank, have fun tomorrow, my man. Love
Thanks,
you, man.
brother.
All right,
Love
go
you
Bills.
too. Go Bills. Right next to me, Scooter Magoo. What do you got for thoughts?
I know Swank's gonna hit up on this, but we do this because we like to talk about Bills football with like fans that like to talk about Bills football. But we also throw a big fundraiser every year to help out charity, help out fundraisers, to help One Foundation with Mark Maddox. But it's also about personal stuff, and Swank will mention it. He's had a couple friends pass away, but there is a GoFundMe that's out that I hope you put that back on real quick, Swank.
I just had it right there to send, and there it is.
Sweet. But it's all about helping people. I mean, that's what Bills fans are all about. With 26 shirts that donates money every shirt you buy to a family in Western New York in need. We love our Bills football, but we also like helping out people, and that's what it's all about. And I hope you take consideration and consider this GoFundMe and help out a family in need for sure. Love you guys, Swank. I'm very happy for you. I can't wait to hear how tomorrow goes for you. And we have Dean Kindig on next week, Buff Fan Base's very own draft guru. We will be having fun. He'll have his own. You'll see a bunch of his own charts up that are explaining everything and why. And he does his homework. Let's just say that. So can't wait to see you next week, Dean. And until then, go Bills. Love you guys.
Hell yeah, love you too. Yeah, Dean is very thorough, very meticulous. His matrix is very impressive. And it's always a fun time when he's on. So stoked to have him on next week. Don't miss it. 909 of you tuning in tonight. Thank you so much. I threw the GoFundMe out there again. Alyssa Coleman, mother of 4, died in a tragic car accident here over the weekend. And I worked closely with her mother for a bunch of years. If you got it, please donate if you can. If not, that's fine. If you wouldn't mind sharing it,
Yes, share it.
that's just as good in my mind. And I know they've had a lot of support for it. She was a nurse, and just a really good pillar of the community. Also, like I said, pretty bummed about my guy Johnny passing away, and just a lot of unexpected stuff like that. So if we can put a little good into that shitty situation, I don't know. I think we should. So that's that. On the happier side, Yeah, I'm really excited about the show. If you can make it out to Ironworks tomorrow in Buffalo, please do. Please come hang out. We'll have a beer, stomp your feet, get a little rowdy. This is the show that I've been looking forward to the most this year. We're also recording a new album, which is turning out absolutely killer. And we're packing so many dates in this summer. I'm just really excited. So check out the Endless Mountain Derelicts.com. We're on all the Facebooks, Instagrams, Tweeters, all that stuff, YouTube, Spotify. I'd appreciate it.
Mhm.
And we are part of the Buff Fan Bridge Network and proud to be also sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com and give them all your money. They'll spend it way better than you would. Help out a family in Western New York. Love you guys so much, man. We'll see you next week for episode 5 of season 6. We'll get through this off season together. We're only a couple shows away from that draft show. Mark that on your calendar. Thursday, the 24th. It'll be a marathon, baby, with the 3 of us and a bunch of you. Go Bills.
Love it. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go.